Today is a day that we've got lots of exciting cruise news, big updates from Margaritaville at sea, huge news from Royal Caribbean. We've got an ultra luxury ship coming to Alaska, and I'm going to tell you all about that. And have you ever had your car stolen? We're going to talk about that. And these people had their car stolen while they were on a cruise. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it is September 23rd of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please be sure to click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. We want to issue a big welcome to everyone who is brand new around here, and thank you for joining us to everyone who has been with us. We're really glad to have you with us. Let's start off by talking about the new ship coming to Alaska. Now, Seabourn Cruise Lines, which is ultra luxury cruising, has had a ship in Alaska before, but it's really exciting that the Seabourn Encore is going to come and start sailing in Alaska in 2026. The thing that is really unique about what Seabourn does there, in addition to the ultra luxury experience on board the ship, they make calls, and by the way, in 2026, they're going to be doing mostly 7-day cruises. They're going to be doing 17 7-day itineraries with one 8-day itinerary in the season. But one thing that they do really uniquely, in addition to what they do on board with the ultra luxury experience, is they will take you into little inlets. You get to use kayaks, ride on Zodiacs, and have an entirely different experience than you're going to have on some of the larger cruise ships, just simply because they're smaller ships, fewer people on board, and the remarkable crew that they have join these ships. So when you think about how you want to see Alaska, of course, first off, you have to consider your budget, but if you are someone that can afford Seabourn, it's a really nice way to see Alaska. And one of the things that they also do, in addition to that experience, is they bring on board a team of scientists, historians, naturalists, and wildlife experts to be on board for all of their sailings. Not just one of their sailings, not just a naturalist, but all of these different team members they bring on board to really provide the experience that their guests are looking for. The other cool thing about Seabourn is they have the most permits to go to Glacier Bay of the luxury cruise lines. So if you book your cruise to go on Seabourn, you're going to get to go to Glacier Bay. So that sounds absolutely lovely to me. It's not in my budget, but I would like the chance to get to try it someday and tell you about it. The really cool thing that I think Seabourn is also doing is they are doing like a summer solstice voyage. So you get to go be on a cruise in Alaska on the summer solstice and have some of the special activities they do with that. Another really cool thing that they are doing with their August 7th, 2026 sailing is it is going to be underway during the Perseid meteor shower, which is going to be August 12th and 13th next year. What an amazing experience that would be to be out in Alaska where it is dark enough to really see the Perseid meteor shower light up the skies. We live in a place that's kind of remote, but we're getting a lot more light pollution, and we can see the Perseid meteor shower when it comes, but you can see it so much better when you're further out in the wilderness. So really exciting. So if you're looking for a special voyage, those are some things to look at. But for now, I just want to let you know that that is starting in 2026. And if you need help with that, you can let me know. I'm delighted to help. But I always like to hear of the different ships that are coming to Alaska. I've been thinking an awful lot about different ways to see Alaska, and I think that the biggest way you can do that really is to vary the cruise line that you go on and make sure that you choose what it is that you're really looking for or really wanting to try out based on which cruise line you go on, because the experience to Alaska is not the same on all of the cruise lines. You're going to get a very different experience on several of the cruise lines, so just wanted to let you know about that. Next up, okay, I think this is really exciting. The Star of the Seas with Royal Caribbean has really been on my mind a lot. So Gordon and I need to figure out when we're going to get on that. And I really would like to get on it early next year in 2026. When we get back from our Antarctica cruise, we have some wiggle room there with some time that I'm hoping that we could get to go on another cruise and try out the Star of the Seas. So first off, we have Icon of the Seas. And then we have Star of the Seas as the second icon ship. The third icon ship is going to be Legend of the Seas, which is supposed to start sailing in summer of 2026. The fourth icon ship has not been named yet, and it's supposed to come in 2027. And today, Royal Caribbean just confirmed that they have ordered their fifth icon ship. It is supposed to come out in 2027, and they have options for more, if you can believe it. To me, a few things really stand out about this announcement. One would be the demand for cruising right now. And if they can consistently fill those icon class ships along with their other ships to the point that they're ordering more, I think that points to a really bright future for cruising. So those of you who are looking for prices to come down, I think that it's not yet. I don't know when yet will be, but surely there is strong enough demand that Royal Caribbean feels very secure in ordering another icon class ship. I just think it's so exciting. They make it there. They construct the ships there in the Meyer Turku shipyard, and it's just really exciting. Let me know. Are you going to sail on Star of the Seas yet? Have you been on Icon of the Seas? What did you think? I just want to hear what you have to say about that, because I find it really very exciting. The only Royal Caribbean ship that we have been on yet is Freedom of the Seas, which is one of their smaller ships. We had a great cruise. I don't need to go on that again. I do, as I've mentioned before, want to go on Allure of the Seas so that I can see Mamma Mia. And I was talking with one of our lovely Let's Go family members on the phone, and she asked if I would do a group with that because she thought that would be a lot of fun. And I think it would too. So if you're interested in that, will you please put that in the comments or send me an email? And if enough people are interested, I'll go ahead and find a day we could do that. Now, okay, so I mentioned to you about Margaritaville at Sea. So if you're not familiar with Margaritaville at Sea, they are a cruise line that really, I feel like has done a really good job in marketing what it is that they offer and what they do. They make people happy that go on their cruises. Right now they have two ships that are sailing out of Palm Beach and Tampa. So the Islander sails out of Tampa and the Paradise sails from Palm Beach. Coming up in 2027, their newer ship, the Beachcomber, is going to sail from Miami. This is really big. So it's a small cruise line, and they have been sailing out of, like I said, they first started sailing out of Palm Beach, then out of Tampa, and now Miami. Miami is just like big news in cruising. Okay, Miami is the place where they've got handy airports, they've got a bigger population, they've got so many hotel rooms, so much population right there that they really, I think, are opening a really wonderful door for their cruise line to start being able to have more people sailing. So if you've ever sailed on Margaritaville at Sea, let me know. If you want to go on Margaritaville at Sea, let me know. They are not the top of my list, not because I don't think they're great, but because I think I need to try some other things first. But I wanted to let you know what is going on there. I am very envious. I'm going to be honest, so envious of those of you that live in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, really anywhere in Florida, because you're within driving distance of getting to go on a cruise, either short notice or even on a cruise that you book a ways out, and all you have to do is drive to the port. Pretty envious about that. We can drive to Los Angeles. It's a 10-hour drive if we want to do that, so much different than calling the Uber, or I should say calling the Uber on your phone and getting to go to the cruise port that way. So just know, I think y'all are lucky. Yeah, okay, so I told you all about, have you ever had your car stolen? So put in the comments if you've ever had your car stolen. But this is really interesting, and I've got a lot to tell you about this and what I'm thinking. So between September 9th and 10th, 17 cars were stolen from a car lot where cruise passengers park their cars in the port of Southampton. So they have not recovered the cars yet. I checked all the news stories that I can find. Those cars have not been recovered yet. And the really interesting component that goes with all of this is these cars are locked in a warehouse. So people park. They are locked in a warehouse. It's not like it's in a parking lot where thieves could slide in the dark of night and take some cars, but 17 cars from a locked warehouse. Alrighty, so first up, what ships were in port when this happened? Like, who could be impacted by this? There were several. I'm going to tell you, and then I'm going to tell you what I think happened. So first up, we have the Celebrity Apex. We had the Queen Anne and the Queen Mary II, the Disney Fantasy, the MSC Virtuosa, the Norwegian Dawn, P&O cruises have four cruises with people sailing from Southampton that could have parked in that lot. The Arcadia, the Aurora, the Iona, and the Ventura. The Princess Cruises had the Regal Princess out, Independence of the Seas for Royal Caribbean, and finally the Silver Dawn of Silverseas. Those are all of the ships that the people could have parked in this parking lot. Now, what do you all think happened? It's really not my job to solve the crime, but the very first thing that came to my mind when I thought of the cars being parked in a locked warehouse, I thought of the Gardner heist. If you're not familiar with the Gardner heist, you know what? There's a book called The Gardner Heist. Really cool. It's an art robbery that was done from the Gardner Museum there in Boston, and the art was never recovered. But when you read the book, and there's also a series on Netflix, it is really interesting, the series of events that happened before and during that heist. And like I said, the art has never been recovered. But I am wondering, with this warehouse robbery, with it being a locked warehouse, I am wondering if it was an inside job as well. Because I think, so tell me this, when you read The Gardner Heist, or if you don't want to really read the book, or you can read the book and watch the series on Netflix, let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that was an inside job, which I think it clearly had to have been with the way things went. But also, let me know what you think about this thing with getting your car stolen. I'm guessing that some people will maybe think twice about parking there at the Port of Southampton, find other parking, which is really hard because if you live close enough, it is such a luxury to be able to just drive your own car down to the port and park, and then be able to just get off the cruise and drive right home. So let me know what you think about all of this, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. Y'all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.